In 1986, Roy Tarpley joins the Dallas Mavericks as the 7th overall pick and quickly earns a spot on the NBA All-Rookie First Team. That season, he averages 13.5 points and 7.5 rebounds, but his impact spikes during the playoffs, where he grabs 11.0 boards per game in just 26 minutes. Tarpley's size at 6 feet 11 inches and timing around the rim make him an elite rebounder by his second year, and by 1988, he wins the NBA's 6th Man of the Year award. Off the bench, he posts 13.5 points and 11.8 rebounds per game during the Mavericks' run to the Western Conference Finals. In the final 7 playoff games of that run, Tarpley records 17.3 rebounds per night. But that playoff explosion turns out to be the peak. In 1991, the NBA suspends him indefinitely for violating the league's substance abuse policy. Though he's reinstated after a year away, Tarpley fails another test in 1995 and receives a lifetime ban at just 28 years old. Over parts of 6 seasons, he never plays more than 81 games total after that 1988 playoff run. His per-36 numbers suggest stardom, but his career remains defined by what could have happened if not for repeated off-court violations. The league bans him permanently in 1995, just as another troubled talent, Michael Ray Richardson, reaches the same fate. By the mid-1980s, Michael Ray Richardson is a 4-time All-Star, a league leader in both steals and assists, and the starting point guard for a playoff-caliber Nets team. In 1985, he averages 20.1 points and 8.2 assists per game, both career highs, and leads the NBA in steals for the 3rd time. At 6'5", Richardson combines size, speed, and court vision, drawing comparisons to Magic Johnson. In 1982, he even leads the league in assists at 10.1 per game, pushing the Knicks to a 44-win season before being traded to Golden State mid-year. But while his on-court production surges, Richardson's off-court issues accelerate. He violates the NBA's substance abuse policy multiple times, leading to suspensions in 1984 and again in 1985. In February 1986, Commissioner David Stern bans him for life after a 3rd violation, citing the league's newly toughened anti-drug policy. Richardson becomes the first player expelled under the league's zero-tolerance stance, just months after finishing a season where he starts 81 games and leads the Nets to 42 wins. He later admits to freebasing cocaine during road trips. The ban halts his NBA career at age 30 and reshapes the league's approach to player discipline going forward. Richardson continues playing overseas, but never returns to the NBA, as sharp contrast to Magic Johnson, who wins 5 titles and 3 MVPs during the same span. In 2013, Larry Sanders blocks 2.8 shots per game, pulls down 9.8 rebounds, and anchors Milwaukee's interior defense during his best season as a pro. He finishes 7th in Defensive Player of the Year voting and leads the Bucks in total blocks despite missing 12 games. At 6 feet 11, with a 7 feet 5 inches wingspan, Sanders combines timing and verticality to frustrate opponents in the paint. Milwaukee rewards him with a 4-year, $44 million extension that summer, banking on him as their long-term defensive anchor. But within months, the relationship between player and franchise starts to unravel. Repeated suspensions for marijuana use and off-court incidents interrupt Sanders' availability, and a fractured orbital bone from a nightclub altercation costs him over a month of the 2013-14 season. He briefly attempts a comeback in 2017 with the Cavaliers, appearing in 5 games, but his conditioning and timing are clearly gone. Sanders formally exits the NBA at age 26, his career totals frozen at just 233 games played. Fans remember him more for his vulnerability and openness than his stat sheet. His honesty, not his box scores, defines his legacy. Next up is a player who defines the word mania in February 2012. In February 2012, Jeremy Lin becomes the most unexpected storyline of the NBA season. After barely playing in his first 2 seasons, Lin explodes for 136 points over his first 5 starts, with the New York Knicks a record in the modern shot clock era. During that stretch, he scores 38 points against the Lakers in a nationally televised win, outdueling Kobe Bryant at Madison Square Garden. He follows it up with back-to-back game winners, including a pull-up 3 to beat the Raptors and a dagger in Minnesota. Lin, an undrafted guard from Harvard, becomes the face of a global basketball craze known as Linsanity. Despite averaging 18.5 points and 7.6 assists during that month-long stretch, Lin injures his knee before the playoffs and misses the postseason entirely. The Knicks decline to match Houston's contract offer, and Lin begins a journeyman phase that sees him change teams 7 times over the next 8 years. His minutes and scoring steadily decline. He never averages more than 14.6 points per game again. By 2019, he's a reserve for the Toronto Raptors during their title run, playing just 27 total playoff minutes. Lin becomes the first Asian American to win an NBA championship, but never again recaptures the sustained production of that breakout month. The media frenzy fades, and Lin's career turns into a cautionary tale of sudden fame and system fit, but the 5-game burst that launched a phenomenon remains unmatched. In the 1992-93 season, Donald Royal carves out a meaningful role as a young contributor on the Orlando Magic, averaging 9.4 points per game while playing alongside a rookie Shaquille O'Neal. Though not a headline scorer, Royal's efficiency and defensive awareness earn him a spot in the starting rotation and a reputation as a glue guy. The Magic finish 41-41, just shy of the playoffs, but Royal's stock quietly rises as the team's core begins to solidify. Over his 9-year career, Royal averages just 7.1 points per game, never matching his 95 workload again. He plays for 5 different franchises, but never logs more than 20 minutes per game after leaving Orlando. Right guy, right moment, but only once. Royal's brief prime closes the chapter on a one-hit run just as the Magic chase bigger ambitions with bigger names. In 2010, Tyreke Evans becomes just the 4th rookie in NBA history to average at least 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists per game, joining Oscar Robertson, Michael Jordan, and LeBron James. He plays all 72 games for the Sacramento Kings that season, logging 37.2 minutes a night and scoring 20.1 points on 45.8% shooting. Drafted 4th overall out of Memphis, Evans thrives with the ball in his hands, routinely attacking downhill and creating his own shot. His production draws instant comparisons to rising stars like Derrick Rose and Brandon Roy, but unlike them, Evans's trajectory stalls almost immediately. Across the next 3 seasons, Evans sees dips in nearly every category. His scoring drops to 17.8, then 16.5, then 15.2 per game. Nagging injuries limit his availability, and a changing Kings roster shifts him into different roles, including small forward and spot-up shooter, neither of which suit his game. After leaving Sacramento, he floats through short stints with New Orleans, Memphis, and Indiana, never replicating his rookie impact. Then, in May 2019, the NBA bans Evans for violating the league's anti-drug policy, the first such punishment in over 3 years. Although he's reinstated in 2022, no team signs him. Evans's rare rookie output puts him in elite company, but the rest of his career never aligns with that debut. His fall sets the stage for a different kind of one-hit wonder, less about explosion, more about isolation. In 2012, Andrew Bynum averages 18.7 points and 11.8 rebounds per game, earns his first and only All-Star start, and cements himself as one of the most skilled centers in the league. At just 24 years old and standing 7 feet tall, Bynum combines footwork and touch with shot-blocking presence on defense. He finishes that season ranked third in total rebounds and second in offensive rebounding rate. His 30-rebound game against the Spurs in April 2012 is the kind of performance that signals a franchise cornerstone, but within months, the entire trajectory implodes. The Lakers send Bynum to Philadelphia in a blockbuster 4-team trade involving Dwight Howard and Andre Iguodala, expecting him to be the centerpiece of the Sixers' future. Instead, Bynum never plays a single minute in a Sixers jersey. A knee injury sustained while bowling, yes. Recreational bowling delays his debut indefinitely, and repeated setbacks shut him down completely. By the time Philly declares him out for the season, Bynum hasn't logged an NBA minute since his All-Star start. He signs with Cleveland the following year, lasts 24 games, and is waived by Indiana shortly after being acquired in a trade. He retires at 26, with only one elite season to his name. His one-year breakout in 2012 high usage, dominant efficiency, and national spotlight remains an outlier in an otherwise frustrating career arc. The Sixers pivot immediately, and the league moves on to the next generation of stretch bigs. In the 2014-15 NBA season, Jordan Hill starts 57 games for the Los Angeles Lakers and averages 12.0 points and 7.9 rebounds per game, both career highs. At 6 feet 10, he fills a much-needed gap in a front court decimated by injuries and post-Kobe disarray. Hill shoots 45.9% from the field and plays over 26 minutes per night, his heaviest workload since entering the league in 2009 as the 8th overall pick. His motor on the glass and mid-range jumper help him put up 16 double-doubles that year. On a 21-win team, his production doesn't shift the standings, but it earns him league-wide recognition as a competent starter. Despite the breakthrough, Hill's momentum stalls almost immediately. The Lakers decline his team option in 2015, and although he signs with Indiana, his minutes drop to 20 per game and his scoring dips to just 8.8. By 2016, he's out of the league entirely, just 2 seasons removed from his peak. Scouts once praised his energy and effort, but questions about his defensive reads and offensive limitations grow louder with each game. Fans may remember him more for his towering afro than his box scores, which is saying something. Hill's brief peak comes and goes without warning, just in time to tee up the next entry. In 1994, Isaiah J.R. Ryder wins the NBA Slam Dunk Contest with a between-the-legs jam that becomes the blueprint for future dunk showcases. The Timberwolves' 5th overall pick from 1993 averages 16.6 points as a rookie and peaks in his 3rd season with 19.6 points per game. At 6'5", Ryder blends power and finesse on the wing, shooting over 35% from deep while logging heavy minutes. But even as he climbs the scoring ranks, reports of missed practices, team fines, and clashes with coaches start to mount. The problems intensify after multiple arrests, including an assault charge and repeated violations of team rules. By the time Ryder lands on the Lakers' title-winning 2001 roster, he's reduced to a fringe role, playing just 67 games and averaging 7.6 points in limited minutes. He doesn't appear in a single playoff game during that run and quietly exits the league the following year. Asterisk, the highlight reel lingers, but the stat lines don't. Asterisk, Ryder's blend of talent and volatility makes him less a star and more a cautionary tale. From Ryder's chaos, we pivot to a player whose entire career hinges on one playoff explosion, Troy Hudson. In the 2002-03 season, Jamal Mashburn plays all 82 games for the New Orleans Hornets, averages 21.6 points per night, and earns an All-NBA third-team selection at age 30. He scores 50 points against Memphis in February, becoming just the 118th player in league history to reach that single-game mark. It's his best statistical season in a 10-year career, marked by steady improvement since his debut in 1993. After years of injury interruptions in Dallas and Miami, Mashburn finally finds both rhythm and availability in New Orleans. His usage rate climbs to 28.3%, his effective field goal percentage crosses 48%, and he logs over 40 minutes per game during key stretches in March. But the knees don't hold. He misses 19 games the following season, then sits out the entire 2004-05 campaign due to persistent cartilage issues. Doctors advise him against returning, and at age 31, with over 11,000 career points, he's done. Mashburn never appears in another NBA game despite multiple rehab attempts and trade rumors. His 2002-03 campaign remains the only time he plays a full season and the only time he looks like a top 15 scorer. The Hornets move on quickly, and so does the league. Mashburn retires with one peak season and 9 unfinished ones. Then comes Darius Miles, drafted straight out of high school in 2000. If you made it this far, you're one of the real ones. At BBall Decoded, we don't sugarcoat the past. We break it down, team by team, draft by draft, mistake by mistake. If you love deep NBA stories, critical breakdowns, and raw basketball truth, hit that like button, subscribe for more team deep dives, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss what's coming next.